Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1. Absolute sucker punch. Absolute heartbreak for Liverpool right now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Liverpool's unbeaten start to the season is over. Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1. That's how the game finished at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in what was, well, it was a game of football that promised so much, and it still delivered, but it could have been more. It was still a good game. It was still a very interesting game. It was still an intriguing game. But the game was watered down by yet another horrific display of refereeing incompetence. And I know that sounds salty, but the reality of the situation is the collective unit of that referee squad today was unbelievably tragic. Pretty much every major decision that they had to make a decision on was wrong. And it cost Liverpool a lot in this game. Not saying Liverpool were completely faultless. I'm not saying Tottenham were perfect. I'm not saying anything along those lines. Like, Liverpool did mess up themselves. Liverpool did have themselves to blame at times. But the big decisions that went against them were just abysmal. Were just absolutely shocking that we saw today from the referees. And the PGMOL, the FA, whoever it is, needs to have a look at this game in particular, and things need to be sorted out this week, because we are sick and tired of referees overshadowing games, referees ruining games with their own seemingly self-importance and stealing of the spotlight. And we're done with these half-hearted apologies, which, to my knowledge, as of right now, the PGMOL hasn't come out and discussed the Luis Diaz, offside goal. They've not explained why that wasn't given. We'll get onto that in a second. So, to my knowledge, they haven't discussed that yet. They haven't talked about it yet. And like I say, I think that we will get soon a half-measured apology, which we can do nothing with. It's essentially possibly cost Liverpool at least a point in this game, maybe even more. That Luis Diaz offside goal, like that in particular. There's the Curtis Jones red card as well. There was numerous fouls in the game, or seemed to be fouls and cards and things of that nature that the referee screwed up on today, in my opinion. But overall, the result is what it is. Tottenham win, and it's a very good 3 points for Tottenham. We're going to be talking all about the game from start to finish, my opinions on it, so on and so forth. I just wanted to get the rant about the FA and PGMOL out of the way, and I'm sure there'll be more to come from that in the aftermath of the game, and I'm sure I'm going to be talking about it more in this video as well. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And of course, for you lot to get involved in the comment section as well. Do get involved. Tell me what you thought about the game. Tell me what you thought about both teams, the referees, so on and so forth. And of course, the result itself. So do get involved. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Liverpool against Tottenham. Big win for Tottenham. Let me get that out of the way first and foremost. They remain unbeaten. They end Liverpool's unbeaten streak. I didn't think a draw... I thought a draw would be the fair result. I thought the way the game went, the way that the decisions went, I thought a draw would be a fair result. And I thought Liverpool had it. I thought Liverpool had the point. They secured the point, and I thought that would be a fair result in what has been an extremely tough game for both sides, not helped by some dodgy refereeing decisions. And then, right at the death, 9-men Liverpool, to prove it's not your day, a Joel Matip own goal. A Joel Matip own goal. I think it was Kulusevski's cross is turned in by Joel Matip. It really just wasn't Liverpool's night. It really just wasn't Liverpool's night at all. And it's a hard one to take. It's a tough one to take. It's absolutely heartbreaking. I'm so proud of that team. The way they clubbed together, the way they banded together as like us against the world sort of thing was brilliant to watch. And they defended so well for the majority of the game. Alisson Becker was unbelievable yet again, making a couple of huge saves in that second half in particular. I thought the subs were good. I thought everybody played particularly well. It's just, like I say, it's just a tough one to take. It is very tough. The game opens up, bit end to end, and then the first real controversial moment happens. Curtis Jones gets sent off for Liverpool. Now, looking back at the situation, I can somewhat understand why that red card was given. Somewhat. He does go over the top of the ball. The foot goes over the top of the ball. It rolls over the ball and makes contact in what looks like a bad way with, I think it was Basuma, with Basuma's leg. On a still shot, it looks bad. And that's what the VAR gave the referee. That's my issue with it. I can somewhat understand why some referees might give it, but there needed to be context applied to the VAR. He does make contact with the ball. It's just the ball slightly rolls, he slightly slips, and he rolls over the ball to then make contact with the opponent's leg. That's my issue with why that was. Because originally it was given a yellow card, it went to VAR, and they give it as a red from that still shot alone. And as we should know, still shots, photos, are not reliable, especially when it's VAR. They're not reliable to show the full context and full story of the situation. That's my issue with it. Curtis Jones gets sent off. Liverpool are down to 10 men. Again, shocking. Controversial moment number 2, and the big one that overshadows. Salah plays through Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz scores a fine goal. It's ruled out for offside. The offside check took mere seconds to be decided. I've seen ones that have been clearer. Way clearer, been given a good 2 to 3 minutes worth of time to be checked. This one took mere seconds to be decided whether it was onside or offside. The verdict was offside. You look at the replay. Oh, Van de Ven's leg seems to be playing Luis Diaz onside. I've seen numerous photos across social media. I've seen numerous people call it out. No one can explain how that was given as offside. Simply for the reason, it's not offside. It doesn't look offside. But yet, the referees and VAR decided to give it as offside. Sky weren't even given a shot, a video, a photo of the lines being drawn. We had a similar incident last season. I think it was the Arsenal-Brentford game, where the VAR didn't draw the lines in that game to give Arsenal a goal that they should have actually scored. Have we got another case here? Is that what happened again? Did the VAR not do his job again? The only job he's really there and meant to do. The thing that they all get excited about, the one job that they get really excited about, because they can get their little rulers out, their little protractors, and they can go, look, this line here and this line here means it's offside or it's onside. I don't get it. I simply do not get it. No one can explain why that Diaz goal was ruled offside, because it looks like it was onside. Simple as that. The PGMOL, like I say, have not said anything about it. They've been really quiet. So are they getting their best Photoshop team to try and justify the referee's decision on this one? Are we going to get another, like I said earlier, half-measured apology, which, you know, is the same as 3 points or at least a point, right? In a day that Manchester City dropped points and Liverpool were looking to obviously take advantage of that, it's not helped them. And I know it helps Tottenham in a way, because obviously they're now closer to them, but it's unbelievable that 2 big decisions like that were against Liverpool, like the way they were. And then, to kick them while they're down, Son Heung-min goes and scores a very well worked Tottenham goal. I've got no criticism of Tottenham in this game. Not really, anyway. Like, if I'm talking about it from a footballing point of view, I'll go on into it later on in the game as to why it was rather fortuitous. Obviously, an own goal in the dying stage against 9 men. But I've got nothing against Tottenham in this. Nothing against them in this. Like, they fought hard. They went to the bitter end. It is what it is for them. And their first goal was very well worked. Very good ball to play in Richarlison in behind the defence. And he squares the ball for Son to tap in to an empty net. Fair enough. Very good goal. Very well worked. Great pass to set through Richarlison. And a great finish by Son to burst between both Matip and Van Dijk in the Liverpool defence. Understandable. Liverpool then get an equaliser on the stroke of half-time. It sets up for a really good game. Cody Gakpo turning, shooting, finding the back of the net. Great well-worked goal set up by Van Dijk. But he gets injured as he's scoring. He gets injured, and I'm hoping it's not a massive injury, but it's a big injury, and it obviously sets up what happens next, because obviously what happens after that is Diogo Jota comes on in the second half, and he gets sent off as well. And again, this is another slightly controversial one, because the referee's been shocking already. And the referee was poor in the second half as well. Surprise, surprise. Somehow, it didn't get any better. He booked Salah in the second half for challenging Udogie. He wins the ball from Udogie, and the referee decides that it's a foul, and he books him. Even though it's not a foul, Udogie just falls to the ground after losing the ball and wins a free kick. He basically sells, and the referee buys. Poor decision there. Later on in that same half, Udogie's running with the ball. He gets past Jota. He then trips himself up, and Jota gets a yellow card. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. He gives a yellow card to Jota after the Tottenham player trips himself up. Now, this is where I will give the referee some credit. It was right to give the second yellow card minutes later. Not even probably minutes. It was probably mere seconds later. Jota, absolutely stupid. Loses the ball, goes in for a challenge, very late, trips him. It's a yellow card, and he's sent off. I agree with that, but like I say, the only bit I don't agree with is that the first yellow card is definitely not a yellow card. But Jota should just carry on with it the way that it is. He should know he's on a yellow card. He shouldn't be making stupid challenges like the one he did. That was stupid. And it was wrong as well, because it was at a time when Liverpool were looking to get back into the game. Liverpool were sort of getting back into it. Tottenham was seemingly running out of ideas. Liverpool looking to kind of hit them on the counter a little bit. And it looked like Darwin Núñez was about to come on as well. And I was thinking, here we go. We probably get another Newcastle sort of result out of this one. And then Jota goes and makes that stupid challenge, and it ruins the game plan. We have to go from plan A, plan B, plan C, to then plan D, which is basically don't play anyone up front, get a midfield runner in Sabasloy to be like a false number 9, but everyone get back behind the ball, and we'll take what we can get from this game, which will be a point. And you know what? The point would have been the fair result. 9 men Liverpool were back. Tottenham were pressing them in, but they couldn't find a way to break down that Liverpool defence. That Liverpool defence was strong, were resolute, and were finding ways to get out, beat the Tottenham press, and to try and relieve some pressure, albeit for a few seconds or maybe a few minutes. But Liverpool were finding ways to do it, and it was brilliant from the way that Liverpool were doing it and trying to obviously get a point out of a game in which everyone and everything was seemingly against them. But then, like I say, when things go against you, things really go against you. When it rains, it pours. Kulusevski gets free on the right-hand side. His cross, Matip doesn't set himself for whatever reason, decides to go with it with his right foot rather than his left foot, put it out for a corner, do whatever the hell you want. And he kicks it into his own net. He kicks it into his own net. It's absolute heartbreak. It's anger and frustration from Liverpool. And it's a real kick in the teeth. It is a real kick in the teeth as far as what Liverpool are concerned. Tottenham get the win, and like I said, I've got nothing bad to say about Tottenham on this one. Like I said, I think the draw would have been the perfect and fair result for this game, the way that it went about. It wasn't quite the game that we expected, but again, the referee decided to take the spotlight on that one, so obviously, yeah, the referees kind of watered the game down for us, in which we weren't able to get the full Tottenham versus Liverpool experience that we were all probably hoping for to get. It was still a good game by all means, but it wasn't as good of a game as what it could have been. When it was 11v11, it was boiling nicely to be a very good game, and the referees ruined it. Referees ruined it with the whole sending off, the first sending off at least, the offside goal, and then from there he completely lost the game. He completely lost the game from that point. Like I say, for Tottenham's point of view, they get away with it a little bit. A tiny bit. They get away with it. An offside goal, referees giving them benefit of the doubt kind of decisions. They get away with it, but at the same time, you still have to be there to take those opportunities, and Tottenham did take those opportunities, and it's a massive win. It's against the Liverpool team that haven't lost at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's against the Liverpool side that obviously are unbeaten this season. It's a Liverpool side that are looking where they're at right now in terms of what they're going to be doing this season, in terms of challenging for top four, in terms of maybe even challenging Manchester City going forward. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But it's a big win for them, and every win builds confidence. I still think Tottenham need to lose to see how far this Tottenham side have actually come under Ange Postecoglou in its early stages of his Tottenham career. But yeah, they stayed in it for the bitter end. They got the rub of the green. They got a bit of luck here. But at the end of the day, that's sometimes what football is about. And they got the 3 points. And, you know, maybe I'm being a little biased or a little bitter and a bit salty a little bit in what I'm saying. But overall, I still would have thought a draw would have been the fair and perfect result for this game. I still would have believed that would have been the case. As far as the result goes, look, like I say, in the aftermath of this, Liverpool can't be too disheartened by it. Liverpool got outdone today, not by Tottenham on occasion, but even so, I thought we still had enough where Tottenham were just doing what Tottenham normally do and what opposition teams normally do to Liverpool, which is they will get chances, and Tottenham did get chances, but Alisson proved to be great. Teams get chances against us. It's whether or not we can go the other end and score. And our attack at times did look frightening, but it was watered down again because of obviously the events of the game. Liverpool can't be too disheartened. Liverpool can't be too upset with themselves. Klopp's post-match interview, I'm pretty sure it's probably going on right now at the time of recording this video, will be interesting to say the least. I just think, again, it's another game in which the referees have overshadowed it. VAR has overshadowed it. And I'm probably going to make another video on VAR later on this week in which we probably need to get rid. We probably need to get rid, or something needs to change, because every single game, every single week, we are talking about awkward and controversial decisions. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop, because the referees are taking over, they're taking the spotlight, and it's ruining great games. And today, we only got probably 50% of a Tottenham versus Liverpool game that we know could have been even bigger, even better than what it actually was. And it was still a good game. But no, it's a real kick in the teeth. Like I say, I don't think Liverpool will be too disheartened. I don't think it will affect Liverpool that much. I think it could be a massive boost for Tottenham. I think it could have a massive boost for Tottenham. But I think with the way that the game went, I think the way the decisions went, I think what Klopp's going to say to them is, look, for 96 minutes, you managed to fend off a Tottenham side, a dodgy referee, a dodgy VAR, and a dodgy linesman. You managed to fend all of them off for 96 minutes. In that final second, it was just a lapse. It was just a mini lapse. And I think that they'll take a lot of credit from it, a lot of heart from it. But ultimately, it is a loss. Our unbeaten streak's over. But that's okay, because sometimes losing can make you see. It's like I said with Tottenham earlier. I think they need a loss to see how far they've come. And I think this Liverpool side need to lose as well to see how far they've come. It's their first loss of the season. Their first defeat in all competitions this season. First defeat in a while, actually, in all competitive games. So I think this Liverpool side needed it to see how far they've come. Obviously, it's a new squad themselves. They need to see what they're challenging for and where they are right now. But yes, there are a lot of questions that need to be asked of the FA, PGMOL, everybody in between, because that was, I can honestly say, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Liverpool fan, probably one of the worst refereeing displays I have ever seen. Ever seen. And it's just unfortunate it comes against my club. Like, I'm sure, like, there's been plenty of controversial decisions over the course of the day. I think even United's goal against Palace was, Palace's goal against United, I think that was quite controversial. I think there were other controversial moments as well. But yeah, like, the only game I've seen today so far is that Liverpool game, which was abysmal refereeing, in my opinion. But there you have it. That's all I'm going to say on it. Yeah, those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of the Liverpool versus Tottenham result? What do you make of it for Tottenham? What do you make of it for Liverpool? What do you make of the game itself? All of them thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, or whatever it is that you may have, I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading down below in the comment section. So please feel free to use that. It would be great to hear from you all. Hit the like button on the way if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new and want to see more content like this. Both things are always incredibly greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video. We'll go Fletch Talks video. I'm done. I'm probably going to go for a drink. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll see and speak to you all again soon. Another video, live stream, or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Talk and speak to you all soon.